Hi guys, this is Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's plant spotlight episode, I'll be featuring this Hoya. This is Hoya macrophylla, the variegated version. This is also known as the pot of gold. The Hoya plant is from the family of Apocynaceae. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this used to be in the genus of macrophylla, but I think it has been recently reclassified as latifolia. This is commonly known as the pot of gold because if you look at the variegation on the leaves, the variegation is in the middle, as opposed to the elbow marginata, which has variegation that is along the outer side of the leaves, the edge, and the middle portion is green. But for the purpose of this video, I shall just call this Hoya macrophylla. And it is native to Asian countries and specifically from Borneo, Java. So it is used to very tropical climates. I have this Hoya for almost 1 year, and when I first got it, it was a very small specimen. I think it had about 4 or 5 leaves, and yeah, the original leaves are still around. If you can see, they don't have much variegation, not really very nice looking. Of course, I've lost some of the original leaves as well. But since then it has given me many very beautiful variegated leaves. I must say this is definitely one of my favorite Hoyas. In fact, one of my favorite variegated plants, because if you check out the leaves, they are really thick and very textured, which kind of reminds me of the shell of a peanut. And also the new leaves, they have this very dark purple burgundy colors around the edges of the leaves, which will over time fade away. But the variegation, the beautiful variegation, will still be very, very stunning. This is a very prolific grower. And as you can see, it has given me many new leaves since. But recently, it has stopped growing for me. The growth is stunted. I think since I accidentally put it under the hot sun and I burnt many of its leaves. There were 2 new leaves growing here, but really baby leaves. But since it got burnt, they drop off. As you can see, these are the after effects of the burn. Yeah, so there were several leaves that were totally dried out and they didn't survive. But other than that, this Hoya is definitely very hardy and very easy in my experience. Like most Hoyas, this will definitely appreciate very bright light. Just don't put it under the sun like me. Yeah, I don't know why. The leaves are really quite thick, so I don't know why it cannot take some direct sun. In fact, it will even develop some sunspots, very tiny dots on the leaves, which I experienced before as well. So give it a very bright but indirect or filtered light. So usually I'll just put it on the shelf over there, just next to the balcony, so it gets very bright indirect light. So if you are using grow light, I think you got to adjust accordingly and experiment a little bit to see which level of brightness is suitable for this Hoya. Hoyas are epiphytes, so that means they can be found in nature climbing up tree trunks or hanging from branches of trees in the tropical rainforest. So they get rained on very frequently, but the roots, they don't stay wet for very long because they don't grow in very dense soil or medium. So this gives us a clue as to how they would like to be watered. I water my Hoya every 10 days, but keep in mind this is in relation to the amount of light that it gets and also to the potting medium. My potting medium is, this is the original potting medium, cocoa chips, only cocoa chips, cocoa husk or cocoa chips. I have not changed it. That is the original potting medium, and very, very porous, so it doesn't get very dense, but it is in a plastic pot. So I also try not to overwater this. So 10 days seems to be the magic number for this Hoya to water. But of course, that is just a guide, depending on the weather as well. I could water this more frequently or less frequently. Really depends. 10 days is just a guide. For fertilizing, I use a slow release fertilizer, which I change every 90 days. In addition, I also add a little bit of tiny drops of liquid fertilizer when I water this, very, very diluted. So that seems to work. Most of you know my humidity levels here is crazy. I don't have the best humidity, and I don't use a humidifier. But it's all right with this Hoya. It doesn't care. So moderate humidity is just fine for it. But I do like to give it a mist almost every day. I try not to get it on the leaves, but just along the stems and the roots, just to give it a little bit of added humidity. Okay, I've not propagated this before, but since it has grown to such a long vine, I think I should try to do so. I understand it is pretty easy to propagate. Just cut in between the nodes and then put it in water or sphagnum moss. I think it probably will root within 3 to 4 weeks, and then you have more pot of gold babies. I don't have any pest issues so far for this Hoya, but from what I understand, minibugs, aphids, and even scales are pretty common pests for this Hoyas. But so far none spotted for the past year. So far so good. But sometimes what I will do is I'll use this neem oil solution just to clean the leaves, maybe once a month, just to make sure. Unfortunately, this Hoya hasn't given me any flowers yet, but it's okay. I'm not a flower person. For me, it's all about the foliage. And but it'll be a nice bonus if I can get flowers. And the flowers are very small and it's a very attractive pale pink in color. But I heard it smells like dirty socks or chocolate, which is, I don't know which one is which. But if you know, please do put in the comments below. Does it smell like anything? I also heard that in order to get it to flower, you have to really stress it by not watering it for a very long time. I am not sure whether is that really the case, but I'm not taking a risk. I can do without the flowers. Should I give it a trellis? Maybe one of the reasons why it has stopped growing is because it needs a trellis to grow, to give me more leaves. Maybe the next video I should just propagate some of the leaves and then give the mother plant, the original plant, a trellis to grow up. I don't know, what do you think? Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I hope you find this informative. And if you like contents like that, I hope you can subscribe to my channel and also to give the video a like and to comment on it. This will help the channel greatly. I shall see you in my next video. Meanwhile, stay safe and take care. Bye.